Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another series review. I personally think that this particular episode of Broadchurch is probably the most intense of the entire series, and this particular episode it's revealed as to why Alec is having the difficulties that he has been having, and it's because he has arrhythmia. And I kind of had that sense a little bit earlier, but I wasn't entirely sure. And then, of course, his director, the lady who was supposed to get his job, I forget her name, but she gets on his case basically, and she says, "You took this case knowing that you were unfit for the job. You should quit while you're ahead. You need to rest and you need to recuperate." And he dismisses himself from the hospital without anybody's knowing of it, or actually without permission before he's cleared properly. And he walks out of the hospital. That part actually cracked me up. He kept saying, "Oh, I'm perfectly fine. Have a good day. Go about your work. Carry on." And I don't know why, but I thought that was absolutely hysterical. I know a lot of people in good condition that would probably want to give themselves the full dismissal from hospital as well, because hospitals weren't really the nicest places to be confined. But if they're good ones, then nothing really else matters than getting yourself out and feeling better and not having to come back for a long time. But the whole purpose of this entire episode was the fact of the previous episode with Tom's run-in. Tom was a friend of Davee's, and he's the young boy whose mother is the director. They had kind of a falling out, Davee and Tom. He's the one who said, "I wish I'm glad he's dead." I thought, "You little snot." I mean, I could have just slapped him. I thought, what kind of friend are you? Why would you wish that on your best mate? That's absolutely abhorrent. It just gave me the heebie-jeebies when he said that. I was just so angry. Um, but we actually have a reason to believe that Sue did not commit the crime. They had more evidence, and she actually saw Davee's body on the boat, and this was after he had been murdered, and it was when she was walking her dog at the wee hours of the morning. That was suspect in and of itself. And then I think her name's Lillian. I think the director Lillian said, I'm just going to call her Lillian if her name's not Lillian, but Lillian said, "You're walking your dog at 3 and 4 a.m. in the morning, and you have children yourself. You stood over his body and you smoked a cigarette and went on like nothing happened. Where's your conscience?" And I thought that was a really good question. And actually, she was deemed an unfit mother, and they go into why that was. And I thought, yeah, I was pretty well expecting that to occur. But it kind of makes you have sympathy for her character, even though she's just creepy. And her only friend is the dog, and if she was found suspect, then she would lose her dog. That's why she was asking, "Where's my dog?" That was the first thing that she asked when she was interrogated by Alec and Lillian. Later on, we find Nigel. Nigel is the guy that was threatening Sue earlier in the season, and he actually was going to shoot Sue's dog with a bow and arrow, which I thought was absolutely awful. And I thought, you're even worse than she is. How could you? Where is your soul? You have no soul. You're a demon. But he didn't go through with it. He was convicted of perhaps being the one who committed the atrocity, but Alec actually had another idea, and this was after Lillian berated him over getting involved with the case to begin with. And he said, "No, I have to continue for Davee's family's sake. They're going to lose hope in me. I can't let them down." And I thought, ooh, that's definitely diligence, and he has a tenacity about him I really like, and he is stubborn to a fault, and he wants to continue and fight the good fight. and run the race, basically, and find Davee's killer. Uh, they're going to interrogate Tom. I wonder what's going to happen. They're going to take his computer and look for the. I think they're going to find the evidence that they want to find, and I kind of suspect Tom in on this, but I don't know. It's just really difficult to say, but I think that was a clue, and hopefully Alec doesn't die during the next part of the series, because he almost died in the last episode due to that massive acute MI that he had. And I thought, oh, Alec, why are you putting yourself through so much strain? You need to relax, just like Lillian told you to. But this is just getting better and better and better as it continues, and I'm looking forward to the next few episodes. So I'm not sure how many more episodes there are going to be, but I do know there's a second season because another one of my viewers was kind enough to, I'm not sure of his or her name, but I'm very thankful that they informed me of that, and I couldn't be happier. And I know there are a lot of Broadchurch fans out there that feel the same way as I do, so yay, more Broadchurch. And it really is getting to be a very good series. So if you haven't started with the very first episode, I highly recommend that you do, because if you don't, you're going to be completely lost and you won't know who any of these characters are or what's going on, or why the characters feel the certain way that they do, and why everybody is on pins and needles and they're walking on eggshells, particularly around Alec, because Alec, I think, has a lot of grit and a lot of intelligence, and he's going to figure out who committed this heinous deed, I think, fairly soon. I'm not sure how he's going to do it, but he's getting close to finding the culprit, I believe. But maybe the series is going to turn everything on its ear like Steve Moffat likes to do in Doctor Who, or Russell T Davies does. I think that they'll do that because a lot of my favorite authors, like the two that I just mentioned, like to do so, and they just do so to my wrath and my fury, but makes a better story. So there you go. Until next time, I will be seeing you, and you take care of yourselves and be well. Ciao, everybody.